Okay, so another name for box method is an area model. So it uses the fact that length times width, like a rectangle or a box, is the area. So let's say we want to multiply just a couple of binomials. 3x plus 2. We're going to multiply that by x minus 6. Okay, so yesterday or Friday we talked about a monomial times a polynomial. This time it's anything. Binomials, trinomials, four-term polynomials, whatever they are. So if we want to multiply this, what we can do is we're going to multiply these two terms times those two terms. I'm going to make a rectangle. Actually, this might be more of a square. And I'm going to make 2 rows and 2 columns. Okay. So this will lead to this. And what we're going to multiply, and since they both have the same length, it doesn't matter where you put either one. So usually the longer one wants to go, you should put it on top. And the one with less terms, like binomials or trinomials, if you have something longer, you want to put along the rows. So here, I'll just put 3x, and then since it's positive 2, it goes here. Okay? And that means x and minus 6 will go here. Okay. So this is my length, that's my width. I'm going to multiply and fill in the rest. Okay? So here we go. So it's just knowing your how to multiply with variables and then combining the like terms at the end. So here we go. I'm going to multiply x times 3x. What do I get when I multiply x with 3x? 3x squared. The only thing that multiplies is x times x, and that's x to the second. Okay. Now I'm going to multiply x times 2. 2x. Okay. So done with that row. Let's multiply negative 6 times each of these. So negative 6 times 3x. Negative 18x. And then we're going to multiply negative 6 times 2. How much is that? Okay. And then if you did this correctly, you're always going to get this. Look at your diagonal terms here. The ones that go diagonally. Those are the only two that are diagonal. Do you notice I have negative 18x and 2x? They're like terms. That's pretty much going to happen if everything's done correctly. Okay? Most of the time. Let's say 90% of the time. Okay, so if we want our product for multiplying these two, it's going to be well, let's look at what we have inside. You want to start with your highest term, which is 3x squared. Okay, we got that. Now you want to combine, because they're like terms, the diagonal numbers. Negative 18x and 2x. We can combine the negative 18 and 2. That gives us negative 16x. And then, so we took care of this, we took care of these. The only thing left is minus or negative 12. So there is our answer. 3x squared minus 16x minus 12. So you multiply two binomials, and almost always they're going to give you a trinomial. Okay? Any questions? Now things get a little more interesting when we have something other than just binomials. Okay? Any questions on this though? It's just setting up the box, filling it in. It's an area model. You want to find the area, and then you combine the like terms if we have any. All right, so let's move on to the second one. We're only going to do 3 and then a couple of examples on the delta. So number 2. This time let's multiply 2x, take away 5, and then we're going to multiply that with 6x squared minus x minus 1. Okay? So we're multiplying a binomial times a trinomial. And we're going to see what we get. So again, we're going to make a box. And let's see here. The shorter side, you want it here. That means these two would go here. Okay, so we're going to make it 2 rows. And then 1, 2, 3 columns. It's going to be a 2 by 3 box. Again, if you have a longer one like this trinomial, that's going to go on top. And the shorter one, the binomial values are going to go here. So let's fill it in. I'm going to put 2x here, negative 5 there. Okay, and you just got those from there. And over here, I'm going to put 6x squared minus x minus 1. You're just placing each of the terms there. Okay. So go ahead and fill that in. So just a reminder, it works best if you put the longer polynomial along the top, making that many columns, in this case 3, and the shorter polynomial along the width side, making that many rows, in this case 2. Okay? So now we're going to multiply. Let's see, we got 2x times 6x squared. I'll give you the hard one, 12. Oops, well, I already did this. What's x times x squared? X to the third. So multiplying these two gave me 12x cubed. So now let's multiply 2x times negative x. What is that going to give us? Negative 2x squared, yeah. Remembering this is really just a negative 1. Okay, so now we're going to multiply 2x times negative 1. How much is that? Oh, sorry, this is negative 2x squared. Yeah, 2x times negative x is negative 2x squared. What's 2x times negative 1? Negative 2x. So we're done with that row. Now we're going to multiply negative 5 times 6x squared. That's going to be negative 30x squared. Any questions on how I got that? Negative 5 times that is just negative 30x squared. We're going to multiply negative 5 times negative x. That's going to be positive 5x. Now we're going to multiply negative 5 times negative 1. Okay? So far, so good? All right, let's look at our diagonals. Okay, we got a diagonal here and a diagonal here. Okay? So to get your answer, all you want to do is just go across. What's going to be my first term? Which part do I want to do first? Hint, what's my highest exponent? So I want 12x cubed. And there's nothing to combine it with. You see it? Now let's look at going across. Do I have x squared terms? Do you see them? Can I combine them? They're always on the diagonal, guys. They're always on the diagonal. So what's negative 30x squared plus negative 2x squared? Negative 32x squared. Okay? Then we got our other diagonal. What's 5x and negative 2x? Plus 3x. And our final one is the 5. It doesn't combine with anything, so plus 5. So whenever you multiply, when you multiply this binomial with this trinomial, you get a 4-term polynomial. Okay? This is the product. Questions? Okay, we got one more left. This one's going to be all scrambled up. Okay? Ready? Last one, number 3. So let's do 5x minus 3 plus 2x cubed minus x squared. And we're going to multiply that with 1 minus 3x. Okay? It's all scrambled up. Okay? How many? Well, let's see. Go ahead and write that down. On the previous one, our largest polynomial was a trinomial. Here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. So how many columns do we want? You want 4 columns. Here our largest was 3, we did 3 columns. Here our largest one is 4, we want 4 columns. And then we got 1, 2 rows, so we're going to make it 2 rows. Okay? So our box will look like this. Let's see. We're going to want 2 rows, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. So you want it to look like this. Any questions? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 for these 4. 1, 2 for these 2. Now, pro tip, here's a recommendation. Don't just put these numbers in any old way. Don't write the terms any old way. Put them in standard form. They're all scrambled up, and they're going to do that to some of these. So I want the highest exponent for this one here. What goes first? 2x cubed. That's the largest. Next, we want to see if we have something squared, and we do. Negative x squared, that goes next. Then what comes after x squared? 5x. And then our constant term, the minus 3, goes last. Even if it's scrambled up, rewrite it in standard form here, okay? And so keeping that in mind, what are we going to put here first? 1 or minus 3x? Minus 3x. And then the positive one, that's a positive one, would go here. Okay? Any questions? So if it's all scrambled up, make sure you put it in that way. All right, so let's multiply. We're going to multiply negative 3x with 2x cubed. What does that give us? Here, let's just do it, see if you got it right and I got it right. Negative 6x to the fourth. X times x cubed is x to the fourth. Negative 3x times negative x squared is positive 3x cubed. X times x squared is x cubed. Negative 3x times 5x is negative 15x squared. And then negative 3x with negative 3 is positive 9x. Okay? Any questions on those? The next one's easy. We're just going to multiply 1 times each of those. So this is going to be 2x cubed minus x squared, 5x, and negative 3. Okay? Any questions? You just multiplied by 1. All right, guys, the moment of truth. If our diagonals have like terms, and we probably did it correctly, at least the exponents. Are all the diagonals like terms? Looks like they are. Okay, so let's see what we got. Negative 6x to the fourth. Combine 2x cubed with 3x cubed. That's how much? To the third. Remember, those don't change. The only thing that changes are the coefficients. So it stays to the third. So that one's done. Negative x squared with negative 15x squared. You're just adding the coefficients. Negative 16x squared. And then we've got 5x and 9x. That's going to be 14x. And then the constant minus 3 is at the end. So this gave us a 5-term polynomial. So with this box method, you can multiply any type of polynomial you have. All right. So this is what we're going to do today on delta.